They had
They were, but I think it was mostly aspirin.
Is David here?
No,
He is now.
Oh, there he is.
He's here.
is David here?
Oh, yeah.
That's good. You
Okay.
grabbed this one. Oh,
David's always here. Oh, long way in, Bill?
Oh, you know how far it is from the car to in here?
It's further for some of us than others.
That's true.
Hi, Dave.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good.
Good. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Oh, happy birthday. Is it today?
Belated birthday.
That's belated. Yeah, that's not a problem.
18. 18th. I was 88.
88.
Oh, jeez.
That's pretty damn good.
It certainly is.
Yeah. Well, you're going to be my hero.
Oh, okay.
What I do is, people I know that are older than I, that seem to be doing well, that have kept their sanity.
I make no claim about that.
Yeah. Yeah, why is that a plus?
I loved your picture today, Dave.
Which one was that?
Oh,
I got a bunch of them.
the one on at some beach.
Oh, some beach. Oh, well, it's got to be over by Crescent Beach.
Yeah, it was Crescent Beach.
Yeah. That's where I walk a lot. I usually try to take at least one picture.
Yeah.
Although lately I haven't.
Maybe it wasn't recent. I just
Yeah.
I just saw it. Let's put it that way.
Well, yeah, that's what happens. You put them on Facebook and you see responses like a month later.
Yeah.
Like, oh,
Oh,
it's still out there
somewhere.
somewhere floating around. Yeah, it's a nice. It's a good place to walk,
I've never been there.
and it's a lot of people walk up there, and they're very friendly.
Uh-huh.
I think we kind of all know one another now. Maybe not the names, but the faces are familiar.
Yeah.
So it's a good area.
Yeah.
And I like walking by the ocean anyway.
Yeah. That can't be bad.
No.
Whew. Pretty tough tying a shoe.
It can be.
For me it is. I don't know. I'm going to keep this one up in the air.
Okay. Yeah, I look forward to your pictures and another friend of mine, Mark Cahill,
Uh-huh.
who tends to take pictures of trees and moon
Oh, okay.
and different kind of pictures from you. But you both take good pictures.
Yeah, I don't. Well, it depends. Mostly. Yeah, the subject could be anything, but it does tend to be more the ocean.
Well, occasionally there's a burial ground.
Oh yeah, really? Find that hard to believe.
Yeah, I don't know how that happens.
Or pictures of me inside of a crypt somewhere.
Yeah.
Mausoleum, rolling the skull over. Yeah, there might be more of those.
Oh, you're on a.
I got some jobs this Well, as soon as the weather warms up,
Yeah.
it's the old stone church cemetery in East Lyme.
Mm.
So they want me to go through and reshoot pictures of all the headstones.
Ooh.
I mean, over the years, there's been pictures, and you can find, on Find the Grave, you'll see them, but a lot of them are just not very good.
Yeah.
And people tend to just kind of shoot the face of the stone. You can't read it. So
What use is that?
there's ways that you can light it up and
Sure.
make it readable and
Yeah.
a little more professional.
Do you also get cleaning jobs there?
Yeah, occasionally. Yeah. I don't go out seeking them, and sometimes I just voluntarily do it.
Yeah.
Go like up in Norwich. The lichens have really taken over, so I usually treat it with this stuff called D2, which takes care of the lichens in a couple of weeks,
Oh.
and then you can kind of brush it off,
Uh-huh.
clean it right up.
Huh.
But, yeah, and occasionally reset some stones.
That's a job.
Dig them up. Yeah, dig them up, reset them,
Wow.
put the dirt back in.
Do they have a base that's bigger than the stone, or does it just go straight down?
Yeah, these go straight down. These are all, the ones I work with are colonial.
Yeah.
So they don't have what you're thinking of as a keystone,
Yeah.
which is like a foundation, and it has a slot in it. And then in the 1800s, they would put the headstone in that slot,
Yeah.
and it would just kind of sit there. Yeah, and put some mortar around it. But not in the colonial period. They would just stone straight down. You never know how far down it goes.
I would think you would need a machine to move them sometimes.
Physics is really good. And
I'll bet it
that's
is.
because it's usually just me.
Aha.
And, like a 6 foot 2x4. So I can make a lever
Yep.
and move it. Yeah, I've moved some that, 300 pounds.
Wow.
And it's just have to be careful. And you can walk them.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
I'll put them on a hand truck and move them around.
You're a professional.
So
And he is.
you have to, like I say, it's physics. You got to figure out, because I usually don't have any help with me. And you got to figure out how to move this thing. And it can be done.
Yeah.
If you get a long enough lever, you can move.
Yeah, you can move a lot.
You can move a lot of heavy
The whole
stuff.
world.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think.
You can move the whole world. You just need a pivot point somewhere.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Okay.
Anyway, Tai Chi.
Before we get sidetracked.
Oh, that's not going to happen.
Oh, you know us too well, Dave.
That's what I came for.
Well, where are you?
I'm right here.
Questions? In your practice.
Oh, right.
Issues, problems, successes?
After each, when you got your right foot going forward, this double arm. After you've done, you do a 7/8.
Mm-hmm.
The other foot, you do a 7/8 too.
Well, you do a body movement. You don't move the foot.
No, I'm talking about the part where go forward with your left foot. When you're done with that, you go through another 7/8.
Yeah, the end. I think I know what you mean.
Well, that's good.
So 7/8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5A, 5B, 6, 7, 8, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Transition.
Yes. Well, you almost have, like a transition after the other one too.
Well, transition, I use transition to mark the beginning of a whole new sequence.
Okay.
Because, yes, you have.
Somebody didn't make up this 7-arm correctly then, to just do it and not have transitions. Do you know who made it up?
Master Joe.
It's okay then.
I thought so. Jay Dunbar had some input into it too, I think.
Well, I'm not going to argue with that.
So you have the part where you're going through the whole. We've done a whole Tai Chi sequence, a whole Chancijin sequence, and then we start again. 7, 8. Now we have the left foot forward instead of the right.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And now we're going to start again with the right foot forward. So we have from the beginning. So we have transition to mark that you're starting a new sequence.
Well, I just want you to know that word transition, it's stuck in my head and I use it more often than I like to.
You know, so it doesn't come at the point where you're doing 7, 8. That's not a transition. That's part of the 8 gates. Did that answer that question? Anything for you, Dave?
Well, I'm still working with the form, so
yeah,
it's.
I was gonna I wanted to say today because you both have been in my classes long enough that you have heard this before. Probably several hundred times, but I thought I would say it again anyway.
Yeah.
Don't forget the standing work.
Right.
That's really important. Even though we've been working on pulsing and various elements within that, the primary thing that standing work always does is gather chi into the body.
Mm.
And therefore it's critical. So don't just jump to the movements, to the single arm, the double arm, the form, and not do the standing work because it's really important.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I rushed right into getting into it. This is the
What?
first time I've heard you say that.
You're kidding.
Yeah.
Yes.
Why do we start with standing working every class when we're working in a basic class?
Just to get warmed up, I thought.
That too.
Yeah. I usually start with that. And I might do that in the morning and not do anything else
Mm-hmm.
for a while. But
Sure.
during the day, I can slip into,
Yeah.
you can do that. At least I
Absolutely.
can. But and I start the Tuesday, a little Tai Chi on the porch
Yes.
group. We start and finish. Although when we finish, it goes a little faster because we want to get to our coffee. But no, and usually the sequence I use is the one I learned in the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I don't know that it makes that much difference, at least for me. I know you and Jay have kind of worked out a different pattern or a different sequence,
Well, there are, yeah,
different variations.
the 8 gates. There are 2 basic sequences. Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm finding that I've gotten to the point where I don't have to think about a lot of the stuff, but I do have to remember to get the legs to work with it, because that's really where a lot of the energy will comes up and goes down.
Funny about that.
Yeah, it is. And I've gotten pretty good with the scapula moving
Mm-hmm.
the hands. So it's just taken a while, because it's a lot. In the beginning, I was thinking about it, and I could work with the hands and or other parts, but not the whole thing.
Yeah.
And it seems to be coming together as a whole piece now. And start to get the chi moving up and down.
Mm-hmm. Good.
And of course, up through my hands have always been pretty good. But it has to come all the way. And we also do a lot of heaven and earth too, which I think helps with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, to get that going.
Also energy gates.
Yeah.
But that's hard. That's hard for some people to learn.
Yeah.
I have had some students who never got the 3rd swing.
Oh, really? Oh.
Just never got the 3rd swing. I didn't get it the first time I worked on it. However, well, so based on what you've said here, I think we should do a flow of the standing, and then let's work a little bit on the double arm. Matter of fact, we should probably work on both sides of the double arm.
That's probably true.
And then have a good amount of time to work on the form too.
Yeah.
We kind of tend to get caught up in the earlier pieces, and
Well, I mean, that's okay too.
well, it is. It's all part of it.
So
Yesterday I said to myself, I came down to practice, and I said, well, I really should do some 8 gates since I'm teaching that tomorrow. And I started at the beginning, and I did just a few repetitions of every part, left and right, all the way through. And I got done, and I said, that's a really good practice.
Yeah.
So, and you don't, if you only do like 3 repetitions on each side or of each section of the routine, it doesn't take all that long. Um, and then if you want to really work on one part, then you take it and work on it. But there's a lot of good stuff in there. The old boy knew what he was doing.
Yeah, apparently.
So let us stand. So stepping out with the left. And settling into your basic position. The most neutral position in Qigong. And establishing your breathing. Allowing yourself to do as much of the longevity breathing as you can. Breathing into the abdomen, sides, the lower back, particularly the kidneys, and then the upper back, and into the brain. Feeling the chi sink through your body. And then extend your mind through your body as you flow into the 8 gates. Endeavoring to keep all the movement continuous, smooth, connected. questions?
You're moving your hand, you lead with the little finger.
Except for when you're going from Tsung to Kun. So, two things. One, I was going to say, remind you again to really link your elbow to your scapula. That really has to be constant. And one of the things that can help that, and obviously this is not true for all 8, but is getting the elbows forward. If you're here, the connection is very tenuous. If you're here, it's very tenuous. Admittedly, here, this is a posture where I have my elbows forward of my body, but it's very small. It's very slight. If I go here, I've lost the connection. If I go here, I have it. So that's really important, because just as Dave was talking earlier, in order to get that flow in the torso through the spine and the side channels, but through the spine and out into the arms, you've got to have that connection.
When you're pulling apart, is it your elbows are going?
Yes, unfortunately, it's the movements are all a little different, but yes. So we've come into, this is obviously fire, but yeah, the elbows are coming in this way. They're not going back that way, which releases. They're coming in and going out, and coming in and going out. And you can feel it move your scapula.
I've forgotten all about that.
Critical.
Yeah.
Good thing to remember. And I was going to mention then, an additional thing that can be very helpful in terms of moving through the legs is that moving from the dantian, allowing the weight to move onto the toes as it's coming up, and onto the heels as it's going down. And so it's very subtle. It's not, you can see, I'm making that movement now. It's not very big, it's tiny. You don't want to fall backwards or forwards.
No.
No falling is allowed in this class. But that can be very helpful.
So how do you get from your toes to your heel?
Move this.
I'm assuming that you're not going to rock the whole body.
Well,
or maybe
let me go back to lead fire, just because it's one that you can really see. So as I'm inhaling, I'm going to my toes, and as I'm going on my exhale, I've gone to my heel.
Okay.
But it's a continuous, just as with everything else, it's a continuous movement.
Right.
It's not.
No. But
Yeah. You have to move from your dantian.
Right. I think your knees have to come a little forward.
Your knees are going to move.
Yeah.
Because your whole leg is moving, and you're moving it from here.
Right.
So, yes, they're going forward, but I'm not doing this.
No, that's what I was kind of wondering. And you're also not doing this.
No, because that's moving from up here.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so it is, I can see, like if I sink, I'm going to go forward automatically.
Yeah.
And then if I
See, the
go up a little bit, it goes more towards the heel.
the problem in all, so now we're getting into some of the complexity here. So yes, we are bending and extending the claw.
Right.
So we already have something that's causing a slight movement. Ideally, it's not going forward very much.
No.
Ideally, it's more that you're going down and back and coming up. And the other part of it is that which we really haven't worked on, but I think you both are aware of, is that you also have the C curve of the back.
Right.
So there's nothing to think about here.
No. There's also a spiral
Yes.
down each leg.
Yep.
I'm sure that they got to go this way and then this way.
So as you're inhaling, they're actually, if we're thinking about the spirals, they're spiraling in, and as you go down, they're spiraling out.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Which I think is more intention than anything else. At least for me, because I can't.
Well, it's you start with intention,
Yeah.
absolutely, but eventually you get to where you can feel the soft tissue actually twist around the bones.
Okay.
So that's the next stage.
Yeah, I can't quite get that.
And then eventually it's spiral and spiral, which is what you're talking about getting to.
Right.
But first, you've got to get up and down.
Yep.
And the twisting, and then eventually you can get the spiral.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, for me, there's more. I get distracted with the scapula.
Yeah.
That's like, okay, I got to keep that going. Oh, yeah, the legs too.
Yeah.
Can you name all the things that we should be either thinking about or moving or whatever?
Yeah, there are
Starting with-
16 of them. You wonder what all of them?
Well, but just the major ones.
There are 16 of them. What? The ones we've talked about up to this point as bending and stretching, right? Turning or twisting. If you can get twisting, twisting is the turning of the soft tissue around the bones, and that ideally is happening through the whole body. And the difference is you can turn using your muscles, and then you can twist, which is a releasing and feels different than turning with the muscles. Bill doesn't believe me.
How am I going to make that happen?
Well, you get comfortable with turning with the muscles, and then you let go of the muscles and use the intent and the energy to twist. And there's breathing. We've talked about the weight shift on the feet today. um, lengthening, which really helps with the twisting. Because if you can get, because you can stretch, again, it's the same thing. If you can stretch and use your muscles, but I can release and lengthen, and my arm goes even further. I can't do it like Bruce does, which is
Yeah.
it's like he grew 3 inches on his arm all of a sudden. But I have no problem doing that. I can stretch it out as far as it'll go, and then release it. And if you watch, I can go another inch or so.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not because I'm tightening things up. It's because I've let go.
Mm.
And you have to let go in order to twist. And twist is much more effective than just turning. Connection to the scapula. Well, I think that's most of what we've talked about.
Right. Yeah, I always think of the times I've had to reach for something at the bottom of a barrel or a garbage can, and it's like, about another inch, and I'm just kind of do that. But then I think there must be some ligaments that kind of
Absolutely.
will start to complain when I pull it back out.
When you lengthen?
Yeah, when I allow myself to really let go of everything, I can feel almost a burning that I shouldn't go any further.
Well, that's not really letting go then fully.
Probably not, yeah.
Yeah. Because there shouldn't be, I mean, what I get is I get an increased flow of energy.
Oh, okay.
It just, I mean, I can pump my energy back and forth without doing anything. But if I lengthen out a little bit further, ooh, my hand just went.
Yeah.
You have to not try to be exactly what I am after 38 years of practice.
I haven't learned that yet.
I know, it's your engineer mind coming to fore.
It's getting worse.
Also, if you need a rest, sit down and rest.
Oh, sure.
Okay. So, other questions in there? Certainly a lot to think about there.
No, that's good. That's good practice.
So let's go to the double arm.
Mm-hmm.
Here we go.
There we go.
I like it. Here we go. And I'll be nice, we'll start with the right foot forward, although since it's afternoon, we should start with left.
Yes.
But we'll start with right first. So stepping out, and then going right into our, oh, good, David. Talking both stands. And 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8. Trim, shifting back, position. 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Transition. Keep going. Okay. So, a couple of things. Remember that each of the ones is a turn to the outside as you sit back. So that was not consistently happening. It happens on both sides. So when you start 7, 8, turn right and shift back, turn left to spiral to 2, and turn right to 3 for your S curve. Boom, boom, boom. Yep. And then that you get to here, this continues just as a rotation. So boom, boom. So the S curve is weird here, but it's there. And the shift forward is only in the second part. So when we're here, we're just turning and then we rotate. This is actually the position for a cow. Okay? So when our standing position is here, this one expresses a little more to the side, but elbows are still connected to the scapula. Yeah?
You know, when you come down on this one,
Yeah.
You don't move your left arm if the right arm goes out.
They both move equally. So you're turning, it's going right through the center, and then they're both going out equally from the center.
Oh, yeah, no, I mean in the next sequence.
All right. So
It's
7,
like on,
8, 1, 2,
yeah,
3.
okay. So both arms on 2 are moving.
Everything is equal distant from the center line of your body.
Okay.
both arms. Pardon?
I was thinking, how's the weight shift when you do that? When you do that?
Do what?
Because I think when you do the transition, so you,
Oh, that one. Okay.
yeah, that one, because I was struggling with this one last time.
So you're here. It's just turn. The weight stays exactly the same
Oh, okay,
on the back leg,
okay, oh, okay.
and then rotate and shift to your dynamic limit.
Oh, that's when it shifts.
Yep.
So it comes down here, and then it's gonna do that.
Further.
Yeah.
No,
Well,
this one, not here. Here. Let it open.
open up more.
Yeah, I mean, one way to think about this, not specifically the way you use it, but necessarily, but you've got a guy coming at you here.
Right.
Boom, you spread his arms, and boom, you knocked him away.
Yeah. Okay. I tend to think more it's like a takedown. But
No, it's not a takedown.
yeah, no, that's definitely not.
Nope.
Huh.
No, this one isn't. We have that too.
Yeah.
So you come forward as you.
Right, that's correct. So in this one, you're just going to turn and you're facing forward, but you haven't shifted forward.
Mhm.
And now you're going to rotate back, shifting forward.
Ah, okay. Haven't felt that before.
Don't tell me that. Means I'm a terrible teacher.
No, it doesn't.
Let's do it again. So just turn, staying back weighted, and then rotate and shift forward.
Oh, I thought we rotated straight.
I mean, turn back to the side, shift forward. Sorry, you're right. We're here, we've turned forward, turn back.
Oh,
So you're facing roughly in the direction of your right foot. Don't shift forward. Yeah. Ta-da. Turn. So you have to power the movement of the arms. You can't just move your arms. If you just move your arms,
Something going on.
nothing's happening. If you use the body to turn them, and you're thinking of the body causing the arms to turn, it's not the arms supposed to turn here. The body turned the arms, and the body struck forward. Cow means bump. With some part of your body, you bump. So, but make the separation between the two. Don't let them get mixed together. So you have turn. You have to make sure you drop the shoulders, and then you have turn and shift.
there you go.
So you have turn and turn and shift. Turn, turn and shift. Uh-huh. So think of the moving the arm. Always think what?
Let the body move the arms.
Let the body move the arms.
Right.
But let the body move the arms only halfway. And halfway in this case. Yeah. Yep. Turn forward. Turn and shift. Yes. Good. So, so you're going to turn forward, sinking the arms. And you're going to turn and shift, spreading the arms. But you're facing to the corner there. Notice that I'm here. I'm not here.
Yeah.
This is where I was here. Now I'm.
That's the opposite. Yeah.
Yeah. Ah, yes. Ta-da. Don't turn it. Don't go back and do it again. Turn. Now start facing the corner. No, you're facing forward. You're facing the corner. Now turn. Nah, turn forward.
Turn forward?
I don't know why that's so hard.
I don't know. It's just
So turn, drawing the arms down.
right.
Then rotate and shift forward, spreading.
Okay. So turn,
Turn.
turn.
It's amazing.
No, that's not it either.
No, see, you're
Yeah.
turn forward. Yeah.
This way.
Yeah.
So I'm still back foot weighted.
Uh-huh.
Oh, that's the, okay, here, and then here.
Yes. That's it.
So here, and then here.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so it's up here. Here.
So
No, that way, back.
one of the other things through all of this, and I feel I haven't noticed a particular problem, but just so it doesn't develop, is you really have to keep a tiny bit of your mind on your knees.
Right. Oh, well, yeah.
Because in all of it, but in this movement, one of the things that happens is you do this and the knees collapse in. They got to stay in alignment.
Yeah.
You know? And then you go forward, and usually you're okay here, although there can be a tendency to let the rear knee drop.
Yeah.
But it's that first movement that tends to. Start facing the corner. Facing the corner.
Which
The
corner?
direction of your right foot. Your right foot.
The other right foot.
The other right foot, yes. That's the one.
Okay. So that's how we. Oh.
Yes, that's it.
Okay. Is this all on the TV?
What?
Is this on the movie?
Yes,
Yeah, the
it
video.
is.
Now,
So I'm
when you're, I'm concentrating now on just my body moving my arms. But by the time you get straight, you're coming down. All right. See, now that doesn't feel right. I did something wrong. It feels like
your tendency is to go too far forward on
Yeah.
that forward knee.
Yep.
And that's maybe what you're feeling.
Yes, it is.
So yeah, this there is a you know what? I haven't said this because I don't want you to emphasize it, but there is the intent here. Obviously, is not only is the body rotating, but your intent is to sink the energy, to pull it down, and then to send it out.
Right. Yeah.
Really, it's pull it in and send it out. However, whatever way you think about it, that works.
It's absolutely mind-boggling to me. I mean, just so many things going on.
Yeah, all the time.
Yeah. Well, not for me. I'm getting there though.
Yeah.
So do it once, slowly, okay? So you're coming down and in, okay? And now you're going to go the other way.
I didn't hurt you.
No, not at all. Hardly. I'm not too worried about that. Even at 88.
I think you're on to it.
I don't intend to fight with it, but
No. It's just Tai Chi out the door.
that's exactly right. Okay. I'm not going to make you do the left side because I think the right side is difficult enough. So let's flow with it a couple more times and see if we can make it
A little smoother.
And one of the reasons I was going so slowly was not to make it hard, but to give you time to do everything. So I can go faster, obviously, but we'll begin stepping out with the left and then into a right gongbu. And 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, turn left, forward, 7, 8, turn left, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, transition, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Better?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. That's better. A lot better.
Cool.
That's good.
You want to take a break?
No, I didn't want to say for a minute.
All right.
I'll take a Okay.
Take a brief break.
Take a breather.
Take a
Sounds good.
breather. Um,
So, 8 pieces of brocade.
oh,
Yeah,
that's another practice.
that's another one that at one time I learned it. It's gone. And I can't, I went through all my notes. I don't know if we must have a handout for it. But,
I think so. I haven't done that one in ages.
yeah. And I like that one.
Hmm.
That was the first thing I did when I got up in the morning.
Uh-huh.
And, yeah, I haven't found it on the internet either. Not in a form that I recognize. Let's put it that way. I mean, it's
You
like
know-
the Animal Frolics.
Oh, a lot of versions.
There's a lot of versions, and most of them are like, no, that's not it.
It's
Too much stomping,
Yeah.
especially with the beer. Kind of, no, that's not it.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting. I like the version that we learned.
Yeah.
Although that's another one that I pretty much let go of. I think I am going to do a short class on the 6 healing sounds,
Oh, okay.
but probably not until May,
Yeah.
because Rick Barrett's coming in March.
Oh, he is. Oh,
March.
wow.
March 19th.
Okay.
Lyme again, not here. So
Is he going to Renee's? Or
I don't know. He
Or in this-
sometimes he wants to just do 1 to 4.
oh, okay.
He says that he's finding that most people can't really absorb much after 3 hours.
Well, that's yeah, that's
Good
probably true.
observation.
Well, I'm just thinking of Sam Show,
Oh,
which is like get the whip out.
yeah.
That was when yeah,
So
Shelley had to take me off the floor Saturday night. It's like, Dave, come here. No, give me your hand. I gotta go for a ride. Just drooling. I think Jay had that down though. He
Oh,
had
yeah.
a very effective way of teaching it in a 3-day weekend, but it was pretty brutal.
4 day.
4 days?
4 days.
Was it Friday, Sunday, Sunday?
We usually did Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Thursday night. Okay.
Well, we did all day Thursday.
Oh, huh. I seem to remember half day.
Well, he may have.
I think the second time, because I didn't do it the first time he came with you guys. I think I was traveling or something. So
Oh.
I got it the second time around, the second year.
By then, here he always did 4 days.
Okay.
He had done 3 in the past, and people just couldn't deal with it.
They started.
So he went to 4 days, and he would sometimes do 2 and 2,
Okay.
but 4 full days. And usually on the 3rd day, you're right, we were all sort of drooling. And,
Probably. Yeah.
Where's this?
2-person for
That's a Sam Show. Yeah.
Sun Show.
Oh,
Sun Show.
Sam Show.
It's absolutely a wonderful practice, and it's the moment at which you really begin to realize the martial applications and to understand them,
Right.
as well as a lot of other stuff.
Well, yeah, I think for me it was the experience in your center
Oh yeah.
and then your opponent's center, because when we did Crash and Burn,
Yeah.
that's where you learn that one. It's like, who's this other person in here?
Right.
What was number 2 again? Let's see, I got number 1 down. 2 and 3 are gone.
This is you're not familiar with Sancho?
No,
Okay. It is two actually separate Tai Chi forms which mesh together. And so each movement that you make has a responsive movement from your partner. And you're in physical contact all the time, touching all the time.
Right.
It's wonderful, wonderful practice.
Yeah.
But just as Master Joe, who taught Jay Sun Show, and he's probably the best teacher of it I know anyway.
Yeah.
Master Joe, well, he died long before 88. He died at 82. He had given it up about 5 years before that. He just didn't have time for something.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. And I understand that.
Yeah.
I went to look up something in my computer the other day, and I was thinking, when did I learn all of that?
Yeah.
I have learned so many Qigong patterns over the years that
Yeah.
unbelievable.
Right.
And a lot of really good ones. And some that were not very good. But
Yeah.
gotta have those too.
Yeah. Yeah. So, then I guess to get back to Rick Barrett,
Yes.
the teens, and did you say March?
March 19th.
Oh, okay.
that's right after St. Patty's Day.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And we hold it down at the Lyme Senior Center in Lyme, Old Lyme.
Old Lyme or Lyme?
Well, it's old.
It's Old Lyme, right?
It's Old Lyme actually,
Yeah. Further down.
but it's called the Lyme Senior Center.
Right.
I taught there for 27 years,
Long
Oh, wow.
and when I no longer had this school here, we held. Rick came here for many years, but then I moved the workshops there because it's good space and not bad energy.
No. It's, yeah, what's her name from New York came down? Lisa?
Lisa O'Shea.
Right. Oh, that's right. Yeah. Yeah, I was going through my Tai Chi files the other day, and there's a group shot of us. Lisa,
Yeah.
that's back when I had shaved. That's back when I was shaving my head.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, wow. And I do recognize most of the people in the group.
Yeah. Those are good workshops. I really liked that. I had a nice message from Lisa on my birthday.
Ah. It was a lot of information.
Oh.
Well, especially when she went through like the medical piece with the tongues and that. Hundreds of pictures of your tongue, and they diagnose, your problem based on
Really?
the color, the shape,
Tongue diagnosis is very, very comprehensive and very accurate. Yeah. But like everything else, takes years and years and years.
Yeah.
I studied pulse diagnosis for over a year at one point, and I learned a lot, and I got fair with it maybe, but I can't remember the guy who was teaching it. He's written the book on pulse diagnosis, but he was saying that when he was learning it, that the doctor said to him, You only need to do about 1,000 a week in order to really know what you're doing. Well, and he was doing a lot. He wasn't doing 1,000, but he was
That's
doing
a lot.
Who would go to it?
what?
Who would go to it?
Well, lots of people who go to a traditional the Chinese medical doctor. It's very interesting. It's fascinating, and when you do it over and over and over with a lot of different people, you discover you have much more sensitivity to it than you ever thought you could.
Yeah.
Because there are 3 levels and 3 basic locations, and then each location has a pulse on the edge, on the center, and on the other edge.
Yeah, I'm lucky if I could find one pulse.
Keep finding one and you're okay.
I'm good with one. Yeah, everyone's I'm good. I think Jen Mallett worked on me with that. And I don't know. And she was doing, what is it, moxa as well? Almost set me on fire.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, with that stuff, whatever it is. You gotta light it to get it. It's almost like a candle. You get the wax dripping on certain areas.
Mhm.
And sometimes when the drip hit me, it was still on fire.
It's a technique for maximizing the stimulation of an acupoint.
Yeah, that would do it.
You say, well,
It's like, yeah, oh, Jesus, oh, sorry. She was practicing. She's okay.
I'm not sure I let her do that.
No.
Listen, guys, who knows how much time we have left?
I don't know.
Not a whole lot.
Oh,
We have 1 minute.
oh, it's 2:15 already.
It was a good class.
Yeah, that was good.
Next time we'll start with the form.
All right. I think it was good to start with the standing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Actually, that was,
Yeah.
that's always good.
I think, there's no question
Just to
that
get, gets me settled.
Yeah, I was impressed with it today. I felt something going.
good. All right. That's great. Good.
Okay. Well,
Pleasure.
namaste and all that.
And all the
All that good stuff. Yeah. Geez, I've been thinking about Shelley ever since you told me that.
oh God.
That's a lot of letting go.
Oh, huge.
It's, I read Tuesdays with Mary twice because I just loved it. His story.
Yep.
And then it was a stage play. I think I saw it at Iverton.
Oh, I didn't see
It
the
was
play.
just, man, not a dry eye in the house.
Oh, yeah.
But I always remember, he said, when the guy said, how do you feel about, this condition? And he said, well, got to get used to the idea that someday somebody's going to have to wipe my ass. I was like, yep. But on the other hand, I would be so grateful
Absolutely.
that I had somebody that could do that.
Willing to do that.
Willing to do it, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I say, it's a lot of letting go.
She got
Well-
that new barracks.
Yeah.
ALS, yeah.
Well, we as your little piece said, we all have some letting go to deal with.
Yeah. Oh, that was the one on the pain of, I think it was a long
Yeah.
thing that had to do with when somebody hurt you.
Yes.
That was it.
Yeah.
And often the natural response is to try to hurt them back.
Yep.
Which is not a good idea because it just
No.
sets you up with a whole problem with now you got to fix that.
Exactly.
And that doesn't go away. That's
Yeah.
always in the background.
Yep.
So, yeah.
It's another reason why one of my favorite phrases is letting go.
Yeah, yeah. I know, people often say it, but I don't think they know what they're talking about. Because you see it on TV, you know,
Yeah.
oh, we can finally, you know, we have closure. Oh, sure you do.
Yeah, right.
You know how that works out for you. Yeah.
Do you know what that means?
That means you just fed your anger. You're gonna have to deal with that now.
Yeah, that's we all have that. You know, I think you know my lesson about that, in a way, was many years ago when I was in the professional theater,
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
and after I'd been working with this one company for about 3 years, the producer and the artistic director had promised me that they would have me direct one of the major productions, and we came up to just about going into casting for that, and they told me they changed their mind. They were going to have an actor whose name you would know,
Uh-huh.
that had been in a couple of earlier productions. He was going to direct the show because they they wanted to keep on the good side of it.
Sure.
And I totally lost it. It's one of the few times in my life that
I can't even imagine that, David.
I know.
I know. Well,
That's
you
not a
can't.
picture that's coming into my mind.
I was literally screaming and yelling, and refused to continue working in the company from that moment on. And I looking back, I can't imagine.
Yeah.
But after it was over, I said, that was pretty stupid. But, you know,
Yeah.
it wasn't worth the results.
Oh, well, yeah, that's the thing. Because and that's something that kind of replays way too often.
Yep.
And it's, and working, you know, I have the same sort of thing. And what was, with Sharon Salzberg in letting go or, forgiveness.
Mm.
And tools to forgive yourself, which is always the hardest. But when something like that comes up, I just see, okay, there it is again. And how do I feel? I still feel pretty crappy. And, but also in that mix of thought is that it will, let's see how long it takes before it leaves. And the thought kind of does one of these, and it's gone. And she emphasizes that it's in the past, it's dead. There's no need to make it active again. Just let it, like a cloud, just let it go through and try not to form any attachments to it.
Yep.
Or to try and analyze it.
I mean, that's, for me, I think it was the lesson in learning that there's a difference between reaction and response.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. And you always want to have a good response.